As we approach the business end of the FOSROC Super6, we made our way down to Millbury to catch up with the Ayrshire Bulls. After a slow start, the Bulls have found their form in the last month, winning their last few games very convincingly. Earlier, I caught up with assistant coach Pete Horne and fullback Matt Davidson to find out how fortunes have changed at Millbury.
I'm Pete Horne and I do the attack and the backs for Ayr. I played obviously for the How until I was till all the way through school and things, and then I'd done 1 year with them post-university when I got picked up by Glasgow. I think I signed when I was 18 for Glasgow, and that's me done, God, time's flown, but this is my 14th year with the Warriors. I've loved every minute of it, and yeah, I really feel like Glasgow's home now. I've never moved away or done anything different, but you know, I've got a real sort of affiliation with the club in the city, and yeah, like I said, I've loved every minute of it.
That was your playing career, and obviously still playing now, but how did the kind of transition work with you into coaching, and how did that come about?
Coaching's something I've always been pretty interested in. Mum was a tennis coach, my dad was a rugby coach. He took us all the way through kind of minis, middies, and started doing the seniors when we finished. So it's always sort of been there or in the background. And when I was younger, I used to go and coach my little brother. He's 5.5, 6 years younger than me, so I used to go down and help out his little mini team, and you know, I always really enjoyed it. I feel like you get a lot back, a lot out of it. When George kind of came through to Glasgow, I started coaching Glasgow Hawks. I think I'd done maybe 3 years there. One of my really good mates, Finn Gillis, was the coach there. He asked me to go in and do some attack and things for them, and yeah, I just loved it. So from there, I kind of done a bit with another couple of clubs. I've done a little bit with Stirling. I've kind of made my way through to Ayr. So no, it's definitely something that when I finish up playing, I'm really keen to stay in the game and yeah, hopefully move into transition to coaching.
Now, obviously here at Ayr, what have you made of the season so far?
Oh, we were chuffed with our pre-season. We've got a great bunch of boys. You know, I've actually was pleasantly surprised when I came up, just like how good the squad we'd managed to assemble. You know, and the guys were just desperate to get back to rugby. They'd been so long, 18 months pretty much without chucking a ball around. So it was great, and I think everyone in the Super 6 was a bit rusty to start with. You know, it certainly took us a few games to sort of find our feet, but no, we had a couple of tough games against Watsons, Melrose, a narrow loss to Stirling as well, and then thankfully sort of the last month it kind of feels like we've clicked a bit, and yeah, hopefully we're sort of on a good path through to the end of the season.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think has changed? Because like you said, in the last month, some of the wins, they've not been scraping the wins, they've been kind of beating teams by 20, 30 points. What has changed from the start of the season?
I think just everyone's kind of sharpened up a little. You know, I think we're maybe playing a little bit more rugby, which has been suiting us. Our forwards have been great. You know, I think our sort of maul defence has certainly improved massively. Our discipline's been a lot better, and that's meant that, you know, we've not struggled to we've not lost momentum for sort of big spells of the games. I think the boys are certainly having fun. Everyone's working hard and, you know, just playing for each other, which has been great. So I think it's we're just sort of gelled together, having an extra sort of 2 or 3 weeks together. It's made a big difference, and we're starting to see the positive effects of it.
Matt Davidson, and I'm fullback for the Ayrshire Bulls.
Can you just tell us a little bit about how you got into rugby and your first memories of the sport?
So it would have been in primary 3. Dad just brought me along to here actually for the primary 3 minis sort of taster day, and then sort of loved it ever from there, and just played all the way up through school with Ayr at the minis, and then moved to Merchiston in Edinburgh, where I just finished off school there. And then from there moved down south to London for just a year at London Scottish, and then came up and started with the Bulls in 2019.
Looking at this season so far, really kind of turned it on in the last month or so.
I'm not sure what happened too much. I think we needed a bit of time just to bond as a team. Like, we're a new group of boys and hadn't played any time together, and then just with COVID and everything, probably wasn't the ideal pre-season, although we had a few games. But then just the past few weeks have been great. We've attacked well and defended well, so it sort of showed in our results. And
in terms of your season so far, what's been your personal highlight?
I think just the past few weeks again. I sort of, in my first season at Bulls, I didn't get as much game time as probably would have wanted at fullback. So this year, getting the games I've had has been really good. Just getting back into after COVID, and I've just been loving it. Every minute I've got to play has been good so far, so enjoying that.
So looking ahead at the business end of the season now, and 2 huge games coming up, Southern Knights and also Watsonians, so very much the top 3 battling out against each other. What kind of challenges do you expect from them, and how are you going to prepare for those games?
I think the Southern Knights game is going to be a tough one. We know what they can bring. They've got a big forward pack, and they like to drive mauls and sort of keep it in the forwards. So I think if we can front up sort of physical battle, then I think we should be able to use our backs a bit more and try and play better than we did when we had them at their place.
Mm-hmm. And for Watsonians?
I think the Watsons game, it's almost like a semi-final sort of thing. So both teams are going to need a win to get to the final. So I think that one's just going to be almost more of a mental thing. I think if we go in with the right mindset and again front up physically, I think we can beat them.